Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 21st, and as we get close to Thanksgiving holiday here, we broke through that little resistance area right there. A little bit of softness starting on into the day. We might see a retrace back to that. If they're able to support there and continue to move up, you could see a continuation of this rise. Been pretty strong going through, and again, most of this is just the reality of no negative news to stop things from moving and no real short activity when you look at that MBI weight at 1.26. Not even an attempt to try anything, and the cyan under red, always the buy setup. Still no change there, and a full reset from DOC Steel, which means short-term buyers still got plenty to jump in at any time. And as you end the month and you get close to it, you're going to have new fund money starting for the next month, and that would be enough to push the NQ at least to new highs, certainly. When we look at it from a treasury standpoint, yields fading off a little bit. So again, there's just more optimism that things are just okay. And just okay is a bullish setup. Oil still underneath that 80 handle there, so it's not horrible. It's not super duper, but at the end of the day, if it drops too quickly, then you get pushed back towards higher growth, which would definitely cause the Fed to be frozen. Not that the Fed's going to do anything, because with inflation modest, even if it's outside their target range, they're not going to be too upset by that. This is kind of what they wanted all along anyway. The euro, a massive explosion here, just keeps pushing higher. No real value change in anything happening. It's just the idea that the dollar and interest rates aren't accelerating, so it's an opportunity to just slide back in there. And again, oil, as long as it stays cheap, it gives cause for them to come back in there. Any pump in oil, though, definitely is going to put some downside pressure on the euro. From a gold standpoint, still holding on because there is that underlying reality that anything can change quickly given what the world situation is. And that has certainly been a boon for the crypto, and Bitcoin not been around its highs for, the reasonably last many months. So it's been a nice turnaround given the difficulties that crypto has experienced. So I think we might have finished the crypto winter, so to speak, and a lot of this was on the build of ETFs and just the rollout of what is becoming crypto. Some say killers, but digital currencies and the digital wallets is really starting to pick up space in the European community area, and despite anyone's objections, it's still taking place regardless of the concerns people have about what that really means. From our 50-day chart, we had the buy from the previous day, and that doesn't change. So still looking at fairly decent. A little bit of softness, but again, with that cyan under red on the DOC 50K, and that even this reset is just an opportunity for another build. I don't even see that making it down to the 50%, given what we're seeing so far. But again, a lot of positive extremes built into this setup, and then when selling comes also, we have this secondary set of positive extremes, which would take things all the way down into the mid 4. So for now, when you look at it from an intraday, it's pretty clean. Not a whole lot to do. In fact, even intraday stuff didn't even fill back some of those. We see a little bit of weakness in the post-market, just filling in some of that move up, but nothing particularly traumatizing in any way, shape, or form. So overall, as we head in towards holiday Black Friday setups and everything, pretty simple. Everything's calm, and just continue to play it, but be careful, because when things get too tranquil, that's when usually the excitement starts. So we'll always keep an eye out for that, because especially as holiday trade starts to build in now, you can get some bigger swings simply because B team, they always try to do a little thing, and so you get a little bit more creative swings and things. Even if it neutralizes itself at the end of it, it still can be a little bit more volatile than normal. So keep an eye out for that one. As always, though, trade well. We'll talk again later. Anything relevant, I'll put on the Skype chat.